Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.022235 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.49%. And in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Vechain from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.02 mark. And starting my analysis here on the daily chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, managed to break above key areas of resistances, but at the key area of resistance at around the $0.03362 mark, we got rejected, and we are seeing a massive pullback to the lower side. And jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 4-hour chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that I was terming as an Elliot wave structure, having that as the wave 1, then a wave 2, a wave 3, then I expected a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4, then continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, but that movement got invalidated the moment our wave 4 over here retraced into the high of this first wave, and having done so, I had to remove this Elliot wave structure from my charts and view this movement to the upper side as something else. And the only way we can view that as is just an ABC corrective movement, and right now we have seen the high for that ABC corrective movement, and whatever we expect after seeing an ABC corrective movement is a 5-wave structure to the lower side, and I believe that is what we are seeing over here, having these as the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then a wave 5, making our low at around the $0.02119 mark. And having seen the formation of this Elliot wave structure that I have right here, we can now name that as a higher Elliot wave count 1, and giving you the key scenarios that I expect to play out basing my analysis on the Elliot waves. After seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever I expect next is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and for this case it will be a bit of a pump to the upper side, that is a retracement to the upper side. And because a wave 2 is a retracement of the first wave, we can use the Fibonacci's connecting them from the high of that wave 1 to the low of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area to the in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.382 as a minimum, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, and that target area lies between the $0.029 mark and the $0.026 mark. That is the minimum that I would expect that bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2 to do. Also, viewing this chart from a wider view, we can see the formation of a chart pattern, which is a head and shoulders pattern, and if I draw it out here on the charts, we can have that as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern, then we have the head right there, then we have seen the formation of a neckline, then the right shoulder, and after the formation of the right shoulder, we have not yet seen the breakout out of this head and shoulders pattern. Whatever we have been seeing is much of a consolidation right here, and we are yet to see a breakout out of that head and shoulders pattern to the lower side, and this is a pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the head and the neckline. So using a trend line, we can get the height between the head and the neckline, then place that height down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.01136 mark. So in case we see a breakout out of this consolidation that we are seeing over here, lose that key area of support at around the $0.02 mark, there is a possibility that Vechain could be taking us back to around the $0.11 mark. So those are the two possible scenarios that can play out here on the Vechain chart. Looking at this chart from a wider view, that is the long-term scenarios that can play out. Also getting to the short-term scenarios that can play out, that will come out from this consolidation that we have been seeing over here after the formation of the right shoulder. And within this consolidation, we have been trading within this channel, which is an ascending channel, and you can see at some point we managed to break out of the channel to the lower side. We even saw a retest of the lower side of the channel in this movement right here, and after seeing the retest, we have continued pushing lower, though we are yet to make a new low here on the Vechain chart, but there is a possibility that soon we are going to see a new low here on the Vechain chart, and there is a possibility that now that we have seen the retest, Vechain can continue pushing lower and get us back to around the $0.02 mark. And in case that happens, there are two possible scenarios that can play out. We can either find support at around the $0.02 mark and then see a very nice bounce to the upper side, manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark and see a retest and then continue pushing higher. And in case that happens, then my Elliot wave structure count 2 will be playing out, and it might get us into this target area that I have drawn out here on the charts, and then expect a massive pullback to the lower side in the formation of a third wave to give us a new low. There is also a possibility that once we get to the $0.02 mark, which is a key area of support, we might lose that key area of support and continue pushing lower, maybe even see a retest of that lower side of the that key area of support, then continue pushing lower and make a new low. And in case that happens, then I will also be seeing a breakout out of this head and shoulders pattern, because we will also be breaking out of this consolidation and that head and shoulders pattern, and that could possibly take us back to around the $0.11 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. Also within this consolidation, once we manage to break out of the channel to the lower side, we have seen the formation of there's a bottom that is down here at around the $0.021 mark, and I can mark it out here on the charts like that. And within that movement, we have also seen the formation of another structure right here, which is a double bottom, having this movement, impulsive movement to the lower side, making that bottom right there. Then we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, forming the neckline. Then we saw another breakdown to the lower side, making another bottom. And right now you can see that we are seeing a bit of a bounce to the upper side, so there is a possibility that we can see a breakout out of this double bottom that we have seen in formation right here. And this is a pattern that will break to the upper side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the neckline and the bottom right there. So we can use a trend line and get that height and place it up here, and that gives me a target area back to around the $0.024 mark, and that is above that key area of resistance that I have here on the charts. So there is a possibility that in case Vechain continues to see increase in volume and also have a bull movement in the whole crypto market, there's a possibility that Vechain might be able to break out of this double bottom and continue pushing higher, and that will also increase the chances of us seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count too. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated. Also taking a look at the 4-hour RSI to see what movements will be supported. Here on the 4-hour RSI, we are trading at around the 46 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count too. Also on the MACD, we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean higher prices could be coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.